Hey guys, I just have an idea that I want to talk about in a new video, and this idea just popped in my head while I was talking to myself in the bathroom. And, and this is an analogy that I've just come up with to try to explain to myself and now to you why I have been the way that I have from inside my mind. Okay? And what I'm doing to make it better, and using this analogy to better represent the core of the problem that I've been having my whole life. And every other problem comes out of this problem that I'm going to use this on the whiteboard to explain. Because this is the image that popped in my head. Okay, so imagine this with me. Okay, this here is the ground. And imagine this is the outdoors, okay? And these are people, these are other people. And this here is a tower. It's a water tower that represents my inner psyche. It represents me. And this is how I see other people. Okay, I see them as normal people. Now, in this era of human history, the people need to feed themselves to survive. There's no jobs, there's no civilization, there's just hunter and gatherer societies. And each of those people needs to plant seeds on the ground to feed themselves. And I am this tower, and I have something special. So I have this blue thing here, which represents water, okay? It represents water. And this is actually, now that I'm starting to think about it while I'm talking to you guys, water is an interesting psychological element. It came to me spontaneously. I didn't decide for it to be water, but it just happened that it's water spontaneously. So I have a source of water that comes from the inside. I don't know where it comes from, but to me it seems like it's infinite. I continuously get this source of water from the inside. Okay, and my tower slowly starts to fill with water as time goes by. As I get more and more life experiences, I get more and more water. So the tower continues to fill up like this. And while it fills up, wow. And while it fills up, the people around me, they need water to survive. And it's taking a lot of time for the water to reach the top and overflow to other people, right? And so what I decided to do, as the water continues to slowly and slowly, month after month, very, very slowly, fill up my tank. So I decided to do something like this. I decided to make a gate on the outside of my tower. And so I opened the gate here, okay? I decided to open the gate here. And then the idea, the intention is that once the water reaches this point, the point where the gate is opened, it will overflow to other people. And then any more water I get is going to flow to other people and feed them. And that's me doing good. That's my intention. That's what I want. I want my infinite source of water to reach other people and feed them, and help them grow their plants and help them feed themselves, because they need to feed themselves, otherwise they're going to die. So I decided to open my gates here and let the water flow out to them. And then the water reaches down here, I guess. So it goes down here and goes down here. And now these two people are now feeding themselves. Isn't that awesome? That's perfect. Now the world has an infinite source of water. Problem solved, right? No. Problem is not solved, because then I'm depriving the rest of myself of the water. Now all of this, which is more than half my psyche, doesn't have water ever. And it still exists. It will continue to exist until I die. That's a problem that I've been having. Well, that's not the problem, but that's the damage I'm having. That's damage to me. Okay? It's not healthy. But I'm thinking, well, I understand this is painful, but this is the sacrifice I have to make so that people can have water. And that's a noble thing to do, right? So I'm a good guy, right? Well, that's not the best solution. I understand the problem, I understand your solution, but that's not really the best solution. That's what I learned to tell myself. I learned to tell myself that it's a noble cause, okay? And you've identified the problem and your solution very well, okay? And now you're right. Some people around you now have water that they never had before, which is great. But that's not the best solution to the problem given your situation. Because part of the problem of the solution is that this person, the people around the rest of the world, doesn't have water. Only these guys around me have water. And on top of that, I am forever dissatisfied and unfulfilled because all of this is empty. All of it. This whole shebang is empty. Now, I have some water, but I can have this too if I close my gates and I allow the water to reach the top and overflow. That's the better solution for two reasons. One, let me show you what happens if I close this gate. And closing this gate is what I'm trying to do in my life these days. Okay? Now, let me show you what happens. Let me remove this water. Okay? Now if I remove this water, and if I close the gate, okay, and given some time, the water will continue to overflow all the way to the top, right? And as this is happening, my life is continuously getting better and better. I'm happier, I'm healthier, and then once it reaches the top, two things are going to happen. The first thing is something I knew was going to happen. The second was a surprise. And it was a great surprise for everyone involved. So the first thing is that the water does overflow to the rest of the world. And so now this person has water. And because it's at a higher point, the water reaches a further point down. So now this guy has water. And this guy out here gets water too. Because the water is dropping from a higher point. That's great, right? And so my reach, my influence is further out. If I'm doing better, if I'm a better person, if I'm more integrated, if I'm healthier, if I'm more strong, if I'm more active, you know, my reach, my influence and my reach and my ability my ability to help people reaches further out than ever before, which is fantastic. But the other surprise that happened is it turns out that I come built in with a function I didn't know I had, which is if the water is overflowing, okay, there pops up these little builders, okay, like two small tiny builders. And what they do is they build a higher tower. Okay, they build a higher tower. It's only a little bit, so it's not that much. Okay, but they build a higher tower, and then the water is not fuck. I don't know why I get really tense when I start talking. Now I'm sweating. You know I'm talking to a camera, for God's sake. Anyway, all right. So. The tower is now taller, and you can imagine what's going to happen next. The water stops flowing temporarily, and then the water continues to rise from the bottom until it reaches the top, and it flows again. But this time, my good viewers, this time the water reaches an even higher and even further out point. Now more people get more of my infinite water. And then I continue to build more and more tower. And the building of the tower happens automatically, you know? And the more tower I build, and the more water I get in my tower, the better my subjective experience of reality is. I become more fulfilled with life. I become healthier. I feel better. I'm more integrated. I'm much more peaceful, you know? I have more in my life. I'm reaching a higher and higher point of existence, of experience. You know, I'm transcending the lower part. I'm being raised higher and higher as I continue to build my tower and fill it with water. And water, by the way, in a psychological sense, it has something to do with the infinite potential of life, something like that. And you can see why this image popped in my head that has water inside. Instead of something else like oil, which is also really, really valuable. But specifically water, because water is life. So this is the image, basically. It's that I, for some reason, have access to this underground infinite well of water, and I raise myself and I give it to other people. But the requirement for me to be raised higher and higher and do more and more good, the requirement is that I close my gates. These gates are open, and that's not good. If I open the gates, all of this is going to come rushing out. It's going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to drain me of my well. Two, it's going to drain me of my water, I mean. And two, it's going to overwhelm and drown those around me. It's going to drown them. That's horrible. So, I must close my gates. And I must maintain these roads. And I must maintain these gates and keep them closed. Okay? And the part of the analogy that's about the gates and closing the gates, that's integration. That's integrating my personality and my psyche. And so I must keep myself integrated so that more and more people get water and I remain filled. Now, this is an imperfect analogy, of course, but it's really good. I think it's interestingly good. So, now I discover there is a person over here too, right? This person still doesn't have water. To give him some of my water, I must continue to integrate myself, raise myself higher, and then one day I can reach him. If I open my gates and give to everyone around me as much as I have, just everything I have to give them, I'm never going to reach this person, ever. It's never going to happen. So this is the image that just popped in my head that interestingly illustrates the problem I have with my wife. And the reason that I have opened my gates and kept them open in the past is because I wanted to give water to the people around me that I saw suffering every single day. I wanted to give them water as soon as possible and as much as possible. And my reasoning was, if I wait for my tower to fill up and then give them water, it's the same thing as giving them water now. So why would I wait? Why would I wait? You know? And I didn't care that I was empty the whole time. I didn't care. I suffered. Who cares if I suffer? I don't care. That's really wrong, by the way. You should care if you suffer. Even if no one agrees that you're suffering, even if no one validates your hurt, that doesn't matter. If you're experiencing suffering for whatever reason, it matters. And it should definitely matter to you. It should also matter to other people, but first to you, then other people. So, yeah. Now I found it kind of interesting. By the way, we're done with explaining the analogy. I just want to comment on this a little bit. So, this image looks like a few things. The first thing is that it looks like the well of life. It looks like this. It looks like the well of life. And I hope this text is clear. I can't tell. Oh my God, it's backwards. Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, I'm just gonna erase this part. That's hilarious. Okay. Um, anyway, so the well of life. This looks to me like the well of life. And how everything other than this flowing water is dead, and it's empty, and it's dark, and it's barren. It's like a it's kind of like the scenes you would see in a post-apocalyptic movie, you know? And the only thing that has infinite water, infinite life, is me. And I see everyone else as one sec. And I see that in my eyes, no one else has access to this water. No one else has any water inside of them. It's only me. And so, in my eyes, it's either I save the entire planet and I save everyone, or everyone dies and it's my fault. That's how I see life, by the way. It's not healthy. It's something I'm working on. But what this image illustrates is that it's on me to save it. It's on me to save everyone. And I have to do the hard thing and close my gates and integrate myself and be patient so that other people can survive. And it's also in my eyes that no one else has access to water, so they can't save themselves. If they try, even if they try, they can't save themselves. That's part of the vision. That's part of the image of how I see things. That's the unconscious image that popped out of my head. This image was unconsciously created in me while I've been contemplating myself. And it's not healthy that I don't see anyone as having their own well of life. It's only me. That's not healthy. That's not even right. You know? It's not right. Everyone else has their own well. And if I don't feed them, and then if they starve, that's on them because they have access to water on their own. Even if I don't see it, they have it. You know? And also, this tells me that I don't believe that people see. So, I don't believe that people see me as a person. I believe they see each other as persons, but I don't believe they see me as a person. They see me as a well, as a source of life, but not a person. And so I don't see myself as a member of a social group. I see myself as distinct from them, as separate from them, as I don't belong with them. They are a social group, and I am a tower. I'm different. I'm not like them. That's how I see myself. That's my unconscious belief. Is that I'm not a person like they are. I'm tower. I'm this tower. Yes, I have water and they don't, but I'm not a person like them. I don't belong with them. If I'm hurt, but they're not, that's fine. But I'm not one of them. I'm not like them. I'm different. They don't like me the same way they like each other. They don't treat me the same way they treat each other. You know? They don't see me the same way I see them. You know? It's kind of how I see things unconsciously. Wow, I get really tense when I talk like this. That's why I'm not a big fan of lecturing. I'm much more of a fan of talking to people. Like I need another person to talk to read how I'm doing. But anyway, that's fine. But yeah, this is interesting, right? This is interesting. Yeah, this is something. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Now my discovery that the tower builds itself and gets taller and higher as it continues to fill up. That's a great discovery, but it's important that I get to a point where I don't see myself as a tower. It's important where I get to see myself as a person like those other persons, and that we all individually have access to this infinite well of life. I must see that it's important that I get to a point where I see and I believe, I must also believe this, that every person has their own well of life. Every person has their own well of life. Maybe mine is bigger, mine is better, maybe, I don't know, but they also have access to their own well of life, and that they're not dependent on me. And that if they are, that's their failure. I might take responsibility and help them with that, but they still have access. They can still try hard and get it to work, you know? It's not my fault if they're not able to extract water out of their well of life. That's not on me. Currently, in this unconscious image, I believe that it's my fault, but that's not a healthy belief. I should instead believe, and I'm trying to get to that point, I should instead believe that everyone can feed themselves. Everyone is born with that innate ability and access to the infinite well of life, and that they all... So, this is not the perfect image. This is, all of our wells are connected to each other. So all of our wells are connected. Okay? All of our wells are connected. We all take from the same well of life, all of us. And there's more out here too. There's more out here, and there's more water out here, and it's infinitely deep. Okay? This is a better image, except that this is not a tower. This is supposed to be a person also. But I'm not gonna redraw this right now. But you see, everyone actually does have access to the infinite well of life. And this is something I consciously believe, I guess, but it's not something I unconsciously believe. I don't believe this unconsciously. And this is a healthier belief. And I'm trying to get to that point with the work that I do. My self-work, let's say. See, I don't like calling it self-work, but I guess my religious and spiritual and moral and personal journey. I'm aiming at this more healthier unconscious belief, and a better one than this one when I discover it. Anyway, so we're done with the video. 23 minutes. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, okay, so I get really tense when I start to lecture. It's just not my thing. I'm quite the talker, but I'm not quite a lecturer, but I'm quite the talker. So I talk a lot, but I don't lecture a lot. Anyway, so I've been trying to come up with I make myself tense as I talk. Anyway, so in the past while, I've been thinking of outros, like a way to end the video. Like some people say, thank you for watching, leave your comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and they say stuff like that, but I don't like that. Because I don't like I wouldn't call it begging, but I'll use begging. I don't like the begging for subscribers and viewers and likes and comments. No. What I do like is if you have a comment to say, leave it down below. Don't hesitate, okay? And keep in mind, I don't get many negative comments, but do keep in mind that the YouTuber that you're commenting on is a human being. I don't get bad comments, but just as a general thing. Keep in mind that they're human beings, just like you. But anyway, so if you have comments, leave them down below. If you like the video, like it. Because, you know, I would like to get more subscribers, although I'm not going to aim at it. It just would be nice if I get more subscribers. You know what? At this point, I'm just rambling. I don't even know what I'm saying. But, yeah, I've been thinking about a way to end the video, and maybe in the future I'll have something better than this one. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get some Subway, maybe some junk food, and I got nothing to say, man. Okay, I've just been rambling on at this point. You can stop the video right now. I got nothing to say, but I like how this looks. This looks nice. This is a nice image. Okay. Hey, by the way, I got the laptop on a table on a chair. So I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like, and then I'll end the video. Okay, so check this out. So this is it. I kept the MacBook like right here. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you like the video, please do like the video. If you have a comment, any comments on this image, this interesting image, leave them down below. I read all comments, all the comments. See, unless if I see like a rambly comment that makes that makes no point. If it's too long and it makes no point and it's rambly from the get-go, I might say, yeah, screw it. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm sure he has nothing to say to begin with. But most of the time, if not all the time, especially if I notice that you are articulate and that you actually have something to say and that you're articulating how you say it, I will definitely read it, 100%. Especially because, you know, I don't have thousands of comments like many other YouTubers have. Anyway, so, you know what? I should get a camera. Yeah, I should get a camera, you know? That would be cool. I mean, the thing with the camera that I would like to have is that then I can shoot my videos anywhere. So like right now, part of a camera and a tripod. That's important. The tripod is important because now it's a pain in the ass to shoot videos unless I'm sitting on a chair in front of the camera talking. So like this video right here, this setup right here, I had to get creative in the moment to make it. But if I had a tripod and a nice camera, that would be awesome. That would be cool. And and again, the best thing about the camera is that then I can shoot high quality footage that doesn't look horrible. I mean, I don't like how my videos look horrible. I don't like that. I mean, I get most of my content isn't the visual aesthetics, but still, you know, still, I like aesthetics. I like beauty when I see it. I appreciate it when I see it. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna get a camera soon, like an actual camera. See, I can use my phone's camera, but the thing with it is that it's just not the same. I think like a more professional looking camera would be better. I think I'm gonna get. You know what? How about this? How about this? If you've seen the end of the... Oh, I'm going to put this down. So, how about this? If you've seen to this point, if you've watched till this point of the video, and you like the video, comment below saying that you want me to buy a camera. I mean, yeah, look. If you watched to this point and you want me to get a camera, comment below saying you want me to get a camera. And then I'll know that you want me to get a camera and you've seen to the end of the video. Yeah. And if by chance you have a specific camera in mind, please don't hesitate to mention it because I don't know a damn thing about cameras. I don't know a single thing about cameras. Like, not a single thing. Except this megapixels thing is like higher resolution images, but not necessarily quality. Because there's other factors like, I don't know. Anyway, you mentioned which camera, if you want me to get a specific camera. Otherwise, if you want me to get a camera in general, say you want me to get a camera. And if you've seen to the end of the video, that's, yeah, you make those comments. Anyway, so, yeah, as you guys might have noticed by now, I tend to get quite rambly. And, see, I have a thing. I don't like ending things. I don't like ending the video. I don't like ending the binge watching session. I don't like ending the binge drinking of tea, let's say. I don't like ending anything. I have this thing. I don't like ending things. I don't know what it is. It's weird. I just don't like to end things. I don't like to close things off. I don't like to erase things. I just don't like to end things. I don't know what that is. I think I tend to start a lot of things, but end none of them. Anyway, so and on the other side note here is that I'm gonna try to be more authentic on camera. So in the few times that I started to really stutter in this video, I liked that I took a moment to breathe and not hide or resist the fact that I was stuttering and I was getting really tense. Because like stuttering, it shows weakness, I think. Like strength, like you can't really marry strength and stuttering. They're just not the same. They're like complete opposites, man. Stuttering shows, it signals insecurity, I think. Like you're not sure of yourself. Like you're not confident in yourself, which is true. It does signal that. And the times that I'm being very confident in myself, I tend to not stutter. So anyway, so I'm going to try to be more authentic on camera and not worry about how I come off, worry about the fluidity of the speech or things like how concise my speech is. Instead, I'm just going to wing it. And I'm going to make as long a video as I feel like it. And if you like it, great. Really, that's fantastic. If you don't, sorry, I'm not going to change. I mean, I will change if it's not the best, but I'm not going to change because you don't like it. At least I'm going to try not to feel pressured by people. So I'm going to try to not do content, not make videos in a specific way just because people might not like it. I don't appreciate it when my favorite YouTubers do that. I really, really hate it when they do that. And it feels like it feels like they're selling out. And for what? Some of your subscribers? I don't appreciate that one bit. Now, I do understand, on the other hand, that concise videos isn't selling out. You know, that concise, focused videos are good for everyone. I understand that 100%, but also at the same time, I'm gonna see that there's a part of me that's not developed enough to make concise and focused videos. I'm just not ready. Like personally, I'm just not ready and developed and mature enough to be focused like that. I need to grow into it, I guess you could say. So if I don't accept the fact that I can be rambly, and like not accept the fact that I can be rambly, it's more like not accept the part of me that rambles on. If I don't accept that, if I continue to resist it on camera, even if it's only on camera, if I continue to resist it, it's never going to go away. So I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to embrace it. My stuttery, I guess, my stuttery and my rambly self. I'm going to embrace this guy, okay? And I'm going to be 100% myself on camera. And I'll attract the people that like it. And over time, in due time, I will change to be better. I'll change to make more concise, more focused videos. I'll speak better, I guess, on camera. I'll get more used to it, or whatever, I don't know. But I'll get better over time. And until that happens, I'm going to fully accept however I do videos. And I'm going to be my most authentic self on camera, whether it's best for the video or not. Because you know what, at this point, it's not exactly at this point, but I think it's better for me personally. It's actually part of closing off the gates in the tower, by the way. It's part of that I do the videos however I like. And not feel obligated to do them in a specific way. Because, by the way, I have now over over 600 subscribers. That's crazy for me, man. 600? Wow! And so because of the very rapid rise I got from 100 subscribers to 500 subscribers like that, I felt kind of obligated to make videos a certain way that I believe would get me more viewers and would satisfy my current viewers. I felt like I was obligated to them in that way. I felt like I owed them that. No, and I hate when my when my favorite YouTubers do that and feel that way. It's like, no, you owe me nothing. These are your videos. That's your life. You do them however you want, and I like how you do them. I like when you make the videos very authentically, even if they take a lot of time. Like let me know. He makes like 2 videos a year now. It's crazy. But the videos are magnificent. I love when they come out. It's like a Christmas present for me. No, it's like Christmas itself. That's his videos when they come out. And I hate when these YouTubers make what I consider and what I think they also consider to be fake videos. So inauthentic videos when they're not really expressing themselves. Instead, when they're doing what they believe will get them more subscribers and viewers and likes and comments. I mean, I'm starting to better understand this now, and I felt the same once I got to 500 subscribers. I felt like I can't make a video now because it's not going to be good enough, and so I'm not going to make a video now. And because of that, there's been a lot of videos that I haven't made, you know. And it's like no, and like when I started this channel, it was entirely about me. I don't care about you guys. You know, I don't care about you guys. That's not entirely true. But I didn't care about you guys. It wasn't about you. It was about me. I don't care how many subscribers I get, how much money I end up making, how many views, how many likes, how many comments. I don't care about that stuff. It's about me. It's not about you. It's about me. And from this point forward, I'm gonna make a conscious decision to do this. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this channel is about me, and I make the videos however I like. I'm gonna So if I'm gonna ramble for 40 minutes, I'll do that. Whoever wants to watch it will watch it. Now I do remember feeling that when I make a video and basically nobody watches it, and the people that want, like, the retention rate is like 5% or 10%. That's really low, which basically means that the average viewer has watched the video for 5 or 10%. I mean, has watched 5 or 10% of the video. So if I make a video that's 10 minutes long and the retention rate is 10%, then the average person has left the video after 1 minute, which means basically nobody watched it. So when I see the statistics that show this, I end up getting really demotivated about making videos. It's like I make the videos and I talk and talk and talk, and then nobody watches it. So who am I talking to? That's when I ended up. That's when I end up not making videos, because if I make them, who's gonna watch them? Nobody's gonna watch them. So what's the point of making them? And that's very understandable, you know. It's very like you can sympathize with that rationale, but it's not the same philosophy I apply. And that's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. But I'm gonna try to not do that. Instead, and this is a vow I'm making to myself, I'm gonna make whatever videos I want to make. Whatever they are, however they are, and no matter how long or short they are. And usually, see, there's this rule of thumb on YouTube, is that you want to you want to get the viewer's attention, and if you lose it, if your video loses a viewer's attention for too long, that viewer is likely to leave the video, and you will lose retention rate, and you will lose viewers and subscribers. So the rule of thumb is to maximize attention grabbing. That's the rule of thumb on YouTube. And so long video, a boring video is a no-no. You don't succeed, which is true. But success, what is success to you? And the rule of thumb I just gave, success is getting more subscribers, and that's it. Just one number going up. The subscriber count going up, that is success. And you want it to go up as fast as possible. And to do that, you would make your videos long. Ideally, you'd make them very, very long, and you would maximize the retention rates. And you do that by having your video be as emotionally exciting and engaging as possible every single second. That's how you do that. And if you watch the YouTubers like the top YouTubers like PewDiePie and Markiplier and the like, they are masters at getting your attention. Fucking masters. They know how to make the cuts, the sounds, the movements, the colors, the sound effects, the jokes, every single thing is designed to maximize grabbing your attention. And gets to a point where if you want to click out of the tab, click out of the window and exit the video, you get to a point where I just want to watch this next half a second just to finish this joke, just to finish this segment, or whatever. And then you end up watching the whole video. And it's like they got the retention rate they wanted. And they're making a successful YouTube channel. Unfortunately, that's the way things are on YouTube, because, God, this is so uncomfortable. I'm going to sit on my bed over here. So, anyway, and that's the way things are, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works, right? And that's how the YouTube algorithm works, because YouTube as a company needs to attract advertisers, and their demands of, the advertisers have demands on the kind of videos they're willing to put the ads on. And if they don't put a lot of ads on YouTube as a company, and us YouTube content, I guess I'm a content creator now. Anyway, and the YouTubers lose money. So nobody wants that, and so they end up so YouTube as a company ends up making the algorithm favor a certain kind of viewership. So and a certain kind of videos, not viewership, a certain kind of videos. So the videos must not be sexually explicit, and they must not discuss sensitive topics, which are, pretty much everything nowadays, and so on. Now, the advertisers have these demands because of what society values, I think. So it gets to a point where it's cultural, and it's because of the values in society that we have, and so on. But anyway, so none of that is in the hands of YouTube as a company directly. YouTube as a company is hemorrhaging money. They're not making a profit. They have been operating on a deficit since they started, from day one. They've never made money. They make a lot of revenue, but they spend more money than they make, and so they're losing money. But they continue to exist because of investors and because they've been acquired by Google, and so that helps them with their infrastructure and so on. But at the end of the day, they still need to make money, It's not like they have too much money. No, they have too little money. And so you can't really blame the company. Not exactly. It's kind of their responsibility, but it's understandable that they chose to please the advertisers. That's honestly, and you also can't exactly blame the advertisers. It's their responsibility, but it's not exactly their fault. They just want to make money, and they can't advertise their products to these kinds of people or that kind of or those kinds of people because it gets into business shit. I don't fucking know, but you get the idea, right? So tracing this back to me, because of this, I mean, for a YouTuber, it feels really good to see numbers go up. You have no idea. Seeing numbers go up, mother of God, it feels so fucking good. Seeing my subscriber count go up, mama fucking mia, it changes everything. Like, all of a sudden, I feel great about myself. I feel like I'm smart. I'm validated. I have something to say. I have something to offer the world now because of my subscriber count going up. It feels amazing. It's amazing. I couldn't exactly explain why it felt so amazing, but it felt amazing seeing my subscriber count go from 100 something to 500 something. And it went up so rapidly, by the way. It was like that. Like I woke up one day and it was 300, and the next day it was like 400. It's crazy fast. Anyway, so, and seeing like a video I make have a lot of views. Wow. Like my most viewed video now has, I think, over 30,000 views. I can't remember. It's huge. It's a huge number, man. It went viral. That's basically viral, but not now. Nowadays, viral is 5 million views. Anyway, but that's a lot of views, especially for my tiny channel. And that video was the first video. The first part in the series talking about the INTP personality type. I think it talked about INTP. No, that's not it. It was about the INTP personality type, and it was titled "Smart versus Stupid INTPs." And that had been. And so when I saw that video had a lot of views, man, that felt great. It felt so great. You have no idea. It felt so good. Like, no wonder YouTubers sell their souls when they get to 1 million subscribers because they want 5 million now or 10 million now. No wonder. It feels great. It feels fantastic. And I guess that's like at that point. I mean, at this point, the subscriber count is a number of power, and so when you get a lot of subscribers, it's like you're gaining power because power is influence. And at this point, not selling your soul in the face of that enormous subscriber count is a matter of humility, I think. But I'm not used to humbling myself because I've never been in a position of power. It's new to me. So this is new to me. Like not selling my soul to make more subscribers is very new to me. So I'm learning this. I'm learning. I'm learning how to do this properly as I go. And yeah. So my vow now is to make the videos that I want to make. My vow now is to make the videos that I want to make, how I want to make them, about what I want to make them about, however long I want to make them. And that'll be whatever it'll be. And I will continue to say this forever. This channel is about me. I mean, look, like as I was saying, I was reflecting on what I was saying, and I realized there is a possibility in some future that I will be in a certain situation that forces me or that provokes me not to say that this channel is only about me. But it's about me. This channel is about me. It's not about making viewers or subscribers. It's not about making money. It's not about anything. This is constant improvement, and that applies to me, not just to you. And I also believe that me making the videos that I want to make, whatever they are, is going to result in the best possible channel. How? I can't exactly tell. Why? I can't exactly tell. I can say that it's because the videos will be authentic. And yes, I might lose some viewers, some subscribers, but I'll also have a more connected viewership, and I'll have subscribers that actually like my content. That actually like my content for what it is, for what they are, you know? And I'll be happy making them. And I'm not the kind of person that scripts something and produces, like my videos aren't a production. Like many other videos, like grade A under A's channel and his videos, that's a production, you know. It's a production. It's not a vlog, and I guess you guys know the difference. So I don't produce videos. I'm not a producer. I don't animate. I don't cut things. I don't do any of that. I am. I guess if you want to label me, I'm a vlogger, but I don't really walk and talk. But it's a video blog. That's actually a vlogger is very accurate because it's a video blog, and the blog is a log. But I don't know. So it's a written. I don't know. But a vlog is a video log. Most specifically and accurately, a vlog is a video log, and this is kind of like a log. Like I'm kind of logging my thoughts in a way, but yeah. Look, I'm gonna continue to make the videos I want to make, and at the moment. I'm perfectly fine if I make 100 videos and only 100 people watch them. I'm fine with that. At the moment, I know in the future, my future me will change and will think, I kind of want viewers. I mean, I know authenticity and stuff, but I kind of like having subscribers. Look, yeah, at one point I will say this, but right now, and I believe that what I'm saying right now is more closely. It's closer to my most authentic self. It's closer to my true self. I don't care about viewers. It would be nice if I get people watching. That would be nice, but it's not about that. That's not the goal. That's a distraction. Subscribers, I mean, the subscriber count is a distraction. This is about just sharing my thoughts to the public. Now, I share my thoughts in private. So I have like a written note that is very private. Nobody sees this but me. And some of those notes I share with my close friends. But it's still a private group that I personally select. But my vlog is for. But my vlog here is for the public. It's for everyone. Whoever wants to watch this. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever reason you have, you can watch it if you want. This is the kind of content that I would allow my family to watch, my friends to watch, my coworkers and my bosses to watch. This is the kind of content and the kind of thoughts I would allow my students to watch. You know, I wouldn't hide this from anybody. This channel is a public outlet for me, nothing more. I have a private one, a really private one, and now I have a public one. That's what it is. The subscriber count is nothing but a distraction. If I ever make any money out of this, cool. You know, pocket money. So that's nice, I guess. But that's not the point. I know I've been rambling on the same exact thing for several minutes now, but I don't fucking care. It's my channel. You can leave if you want. I don't care. But but I am curious. If you watched till this point in the video, comment crack. Just write the word crack. Okay? Just write the word crack and submit that. If I see that in the comment section, I'll know that someone spent almost an hour of their life watching me ramble. So that's cool. But anyway. Yeah. See, and usually, like my private notes, it's kind of difficult to write down visualizations like this one over here. Like this one over here. It's kind of hard to write those down on notes because I gotta draw them out and I don't draw it out right the first time, and I need a lot of space to draw. Wait, no, actually, my notes are virtual notes, so I use a note-taking app to take my notes, and so I can't really draw on that. I can only type. I guess I could draw, take a picture, and put the picture there. Maybe that's possible. I don't know. Anyway, but some of the ideas that I have require more. What's that thing they use? They say, what's the term? Like, what is it? Bandwidth. The bandwidth of communication. So, like, for example, the bandwidth of a notebook is just words, right? That's the interface I have with the medium. It's just words, right? But some things require a larger bandwidth, which has the body language of the video, the voice, the tone of the voice, not just the words. There's a lot more communication happening in the video. And drawing. So when I draw something, that's a lot more than just words. You know, like I can draw something extremely specific and have it exactly how I would like it, you know. And it's hard to do that with words. I guess I can describe the image, but it's not exactly the same. And besides, like, you want to see it, because if you see it, it's like you instantaneously get the image. But if you encode it in words, it'll take, like, you have to read the whole thing. And if you want to reference it, you can't just look at it once. It's like, no, you have to read the words, and then you understand, and then you get the image back. But if you draw it, you can only look at it, and it's there. Like, you instantly get the idea once you look at it for half a second. And I guess that's the whole bandwidth issue, you know, like I need a larger bandwidth for some of my ideas. And so this is what these videos are for. This is what this channel is for. And you know what? It might be the perfect thing to deal with this specific problem I have of talking and never ending my talk. I can. If I don't exert some form of self-control, I'll continue rambling about random jack shit for hours and hours on end. Believe me, I've done it before. Without a camera. Okay? I've done it to myself. Talking to myself for hours and hours on end until I get just... My mouth just gets dry as fuck. My throat gets sore as fuck. You know? But anyway, so... Perhaps in this channel, as I continue making these authentic videos, which probably will be rambly and long and boring for most people, if not all people, as I continue making these videos, I'll continue to get more authentically better. So not just better because I consciously put effort into designing whatever and like thinking through and scripting it. No, I'll authentically get better and communicating my thoughts more concisely, and I'll know, like, that's the hope that I'll naturally start to stop myself from talking and ending my message naturally, authentically. I wouldn't have to decide to stop against my want and against my desires. No. Like, hopefully one day I'll get to a point where I naturally stop because I'm just done with the message I have to say. And if I get to that point, that's perfect, because in my life. It's so hard for me to stop myself from talking and rambling. It's like almost 100% of the time, I stop talking because someone stopped me. Almost 100% of the time. And like you can imagine, that's not really something an alpha male would do. It's not something very masculine, you know? It's not very confident. It's not very secure. It's not a very good trait to have. I mean, it's okay. It's not evil. It's not bad. It's nothing to be ashamed of or anything like that. But I'm trying to be a leader. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to improve myself and integrate myself and just be a more holistically integrated person. And that also includes knowing when to shut up, when to stop talking, you know, and not not give the power to others, but instead take the power for myself. And hopefully I'll get to a point where that happens, like I do that more authentically, where I decide I'm gonna say this thing and I'm gonna stop because I have nothing else to say, and because I said what I had to say. Hopefully I get to that point sometime in the future as I continue making these videos authentically. That's the key. Authenticity, you know, just not hide myself to the camera, not pretend to be someone I'm not pretend to be more confident than I actually am, not pretend to speak in a certain way that sounds cool or whatever, but instead to be exactly what I am, 100%, spiritually and psychologically naked, on camera for the world to see. Shamelessly. Because there's nothing to be ashamed of, really. There's actually nothing to be ashamed of. Like, I stutter. It's not the best trait. It's inconvenient as fuck. Especially if you're a teacher. I am an instructor at a coding bootcamp, if you don't know. I'm a full-time instructor at a coding bootcamp. I've been part-time for 2.5 years, and I graduated university last month. So I got my full-time contract last week. Now I'm a full-time instructor. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, stuff like stuttering and just pausing while I'm talking because I'm trying to figure out what am I gonna say next, or what's that word, you know, like thinking on the spot. I gotta learn, like really learn, like embody the lesson and this wisdom that well, I gotta learn not to stutter, right? I've learned that there's no shame in my stutter, but I have yet to learn to not stutter. I mean, my stutter has gotten a lot better now, but I still stutter a bit, as you guys have seen in this video at least. I still stutter a little bit. You see, the thing is that the rambling and the stuttering are part of the same thing. So usually, if I actually have something to say, I say it without stuttering. Most of the time, if not all the time, when I stutter, it's because I'm trying to force myself to say something I don't actually want to say. But it's kind of like I'm talking to fill the silence, but I have nothing to say. Then the words that are coming out, they're being forced out unnaturally, consciously, inauthentically. And so, and because of that, because that's how they're coming out, I stutter. But if they're coming out naturally, authentically, because if I actually have something to say, I say it without stuttering, not 100%, but if not almost all the time. It's very reliable that if I really have something to say, I don't stutter. But if I don't have much to say, I just want to fill the silence. I feel obligated to fill the silence. There's no silence. There's no one around me. But, you know, I imagine there's people behind the camera. They're watching me right now. Anyway, so I feel obligated to fill the silence, and because of that, I kind of forced myself to say something. I forced myself to think. I forced myself to think of words and topics and stuff to say. I forced myself to say things just to fill the silence, and that's when I stuttered. Because the thing is that if I'm not filling the silence with extra words, if I talk only authentically, I end up realizing that I'm not much of a talker. I don't say a lot of things. I really don't, because I realize that because I realize that most of the communication is unconscious. It's involuntary. It's nonverbal, and words are rarely necessary. Rarely, very rarely, and you don't need to say much. And as someone who doesn't say many words, how am I supposed to make a video on YouTube? What's the video going to be about? So, and it's not just that. It's also that if I'm talking to people, and if I don't match the rate of words to time with their rate of words per second, let's say, or per minute, if I don't match them, it's like I have this belief that they're gonna get bored and leave me. And I understand where that is coming from. I'm not gonna share that to the public. It's too personal and private. I understand where that fear is coming from and belief is coming from, but it's not true. And at the same time, there's nothing wrong if the person I'm talking to doesn't get so interested in the couple of words per minute I have to say that they go and talk with someone else. Maybe this is like maybe that the setting we're in right now is an occasion, like a celebration or a party. And if I'm not talking in a party, of course I'm going to go to someone else to talk to. It's a party. It's an occasion, a celebration. You want to talk and socialize with people. You don't want to be stoic and wise and shit. You know, that's not it. That's not it. So you want to talk, and so I guess actually this is new to me. By the way, I just talked myself into a new conclusion or discovery. That perhaps the reason I stutter is because I'm forcing myself to talk when I don't need to talk. I'm forcing myself to fill the silence. I wasn't aware of this until just this moment on camera when you guys just watch me talk about it. This is a new discovery, and perhaps I'll make a video about it one day. So we'll see. But look, here's the thing. So I'm gonna make these videos authentically from this point forward, and I'm starting to believe that the way to learn something, I'm gonna use this case as the only example I know, but the way for me to learn this is to first like let go of restraints that I hold on myself, or constraints. Let go of them, expose myself to reality, right? And stumble stupidly and just bump at it stupidly. Just do it badly, but do it authentically. And because I'm doing it authentically, then the exploratory system kicks into play, right? And when that happens, and I do it badly, I start bumping around, the exploratory system that is now activated because I'm being authentic starts to map out the area around. Because it bumped into the walls. Because it bumped into them, it starts to map them out. And that's how you learn. My experience has shown that to be true. Always. Always, always, all fucking ways. It's always been true. When I learned to not drive. Talk? Was it talk? Is it? I don't know. I can't remember much, but when I learned to do things I usually wasn't able to do, I learned it by letting go of restrictions and like holding back and just being afraid of making mistakes and just being afraid of doing things wrong and aggravating the world and just making people angry at me. I just let go of that. I expose myself completely to the world. I just bump into it retardedly because it doesn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it completely authentically. That's the only thing that matters. That if I'm being true to myself and I'm just doing it naturally, just doing it naturally, it doesn't matter how it comes out. If it comes out right or wrong or anywhere in between, doesn't matter. As long as I do it naturally and authentically. My body will learn. My body will learn. And if my body learns it, the consciousness, don't have to think about it. It happens naturally because my body has mapped it out. And again, that only happens when you let your body do the work. And that feels very vulnerable. It feels scary because it is scary. Because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you consciously know, obviously, but your body doesn't know. Your body's scared. Your body thinks bad things will happen. What kind of bad thing? It doesn't know. And your body's stupid. It doesn't think that high. It doesn't have that high level abstraction thinking because that is that's specific to you, the consciousness or the higher level prefrontal cortex logical processing. But behavioral patterns, those are things your body has to map out, not your mind, which is very high level. No, your mind is full of things like philosophy, morality, communication with others, and articulate rational speech, and also rational thinking. But behavioral patterns, that's for your body to decide. That's for your body to map out, not for you, the mind, not for you, the consciousness. It's for the body to try it and to fail at it and to experience the punishing setback you get when you fail at it, and then to learn, and to just put itself together. It has to do that, not you, the consciousness. It has to do that. But you, the consciousness, you. I'm talking to myself right now. You're used to holding your body back not to do the stupid thing, because if it does the stupid thing, it's gonna provoke the world in a way that will hurt you. And so you, the consciousness, have been holding it back. But as a consequence of that, two things happen. One, you stupid. No, I'm just kidding. One is that your body isn't provoking the world, and so as a consequence, the world isn't hurting you, which is the reason you've been holding your body back. Number two, stupid. Number two is that your body never learns. Your body never learns to operate with the world. Never. If you've done it your whole life, let's say that if you've consciously dictated how your mouth moves to make sounds happen, no, that's a bad example, but if you've consciously your whole life held your body back from provoking the world, and you've grown up to mature adulthood, holding back your body, then you've grown. The rest of your body has grown and matured, but this part of your body is underdeveloped, immature, because you haven't let that part of your body go, explore, and map out the world around it, and learn to fit, and learn to fit with the world. you've deprived it of that to protect the rest of your body and to protect yourself from experiencing pain. But anyway, you get the idea. Alright, 1 second. I'm getting my phone. Alright, it's late. I have to teach a class in the morning. So I gotta go. Yeah. But see, right now, it's kind of difficult for me to stop the video. It's just difficult. Why? I don't fucking know. It just is. I just experience resistance from my body when I want to stop the video. For some reason, I want this to continue going. Even though I'm aware that the longer this goes, the less viewers I'm going to have, the less retention rate is going to be. I mean, this is an hour and 15-minute long video. I imagine that the retention rate will be like 0.5%. But I don't care. But in spite of all of these facts, my body doesn't want to stop the video. And see, this is a good example. I've never allowed my body to decide when to stop the video. I've always stepped in and done it myself. And yes, I guess the videos were then they finished on time, let's say. They weren't too long, let's say. But now my body doesn't know how to stop on its own. The consciousness, have to always step in and say, stop talking, move on, and I as a body experience that as punishment. And I never learn as the body. I never learn. I never learn to discipline my video making, whatever. To discipline myself in terms of making YouTube videos. I never learned that because I never let myself do it on my own. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. Now, previously I said write crack if you've watched to that part of the video. Now, write something else. What should you write? What should you write? I want something really random. Write Azure. Azure is a color. Let me see how it's pronounced because I've only seen it written down. Azure. Pronounce. Let's see. Yeah, is it like there's a video? So watch this. Just listen to this. Azure. Yeah. Azure. So I was right. Azure, same thing, I guess. So I guess the Azure sounds British. Azure sounds French. But anyway, write Azure. If you've watched to this part of the video, and if you've watched to this part of the video and you've actually been listening to what I've been saying, wow, what's wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, wow, that's a hell of a thing. I expect I'll see like 1 Azure, 2. I expect I'll see 1 Azure, just one. I could be right, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, you'll never know because you've never seen this part of the video. If I'm right, you just laughed at that joke. Anyway, I gotta go. I still don't have a way to end the video. Like a little outro thing that I say to end the video. I would like that because that would act as like a like a buffer for me, as like a trigger. It would be like a trigger that triggers a habit of ending the video, I guess, and uploading the video also. But you see, right now my speaking apparatus is tired. It's actually like the muscles are a bit sore. You know, I'm just tired of speaking.
and I just can't stop. You know what? You get the point. I can't stop the video, but I'm gonna stop it anyway. So, yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I make the next video. Yeah.